China has said it released its very first homegrown open source operating system to reduce its dependency on American tech, which is concerning. They won't need America at all once they develop their own way to deep fry a Snickers bar.
And when they start making Joe Biden memes, it's over.
I'm Riley Murdoch, this is TechLinked, and this is OpenKylin 1.0, the most recent version of an operating system first launched in 2001. According to Chinese state media, the software is based on Linux, was built by a community of around 4,000 developers, and is used in its space program, as well as industries like finance and energy. OpenKylin apparently gets its name from a mythical beast called the Qilin, meaning I've been saying it wrong this whole time, which is fabled to appear alongside the imminent arrival or passing of a sage. Probably passing, if that's a reference to Windows. It's so done. And the OS gets most of its source code from the Linux distribution Ubuntu, with the register finding hundreds of references to Ubuntu in OpenKylin's config files. So, yeah, it's basically Ubuntu. Turns out it's not as homegrown as your boy Xi would have you believe. It's made from scratch in the same way your mom's Bisquick pancakes are. Now, I know this sounds like just another cheap Chinese knockoff, but that's not true. 22 years of development and at least 4,000 developers sounds pretty expensive to me. Apparently, Nvidia may have left the bag in too long because someone just spilled their bitter ass tea. According to unverified claims from Russian YouTube channel Pro High Tech, Nvidia is pressuring its board partners to stay away from Intel's Battlemage cards by threatening to withhold their own chips from any manufacturers that decide to work with Intel. What? No. Nvidia? The company that launched the GeForce Partner Program 5 years ago to force Nvidia partners to use different branding on AMD graphics cards? Oh, yeah, I actually wasn't shocked just now. Nvidia might not even need to use these underhanded tactics though, because according to YouTuber Moore's Law is Dead, Battlemage's development is having major issues and won't release this year as planned. It's possible it won't even launch until the second half of next year. G10, the planned flagship die for Battlemage, has apparently been nerfed harder than a toddler playing dart tag with John Wick.
That'll get him excommunicado.
Initially, it was designed to compete with Nvidia's 4080, but now it may end up slower than the 4070 or even canceled. And these rumors don't seem that far-fetched in the wake of Intel discontinuing their first-party A770 limited edition only a couple weeks ago. Maybe they needed to stop production to focus on working out Battlemage's kinks.
Hot.
Or maybe they felt like they had to stop production after naming it limited edition. Although the Raptor Lake CPUs look nothing like dinosaurs and do not like water. So.
Explain that, science.
Tried rinsing it off, it complained. And Google has been testing their medical AI chatbot in hospitals since April, bringing us one step closer to robot doctors and even more uncomfortable prostate checks. Metal fingers get very cold. Might be less comfortable though because it's not like a person doing it.
Please bend over.
Google apparently believes this AI, named MedPalm2, could really help in countries that have limited access to doctors, according to an internal email. Speaking of internals, MedPalm2 knows a lot about yours, because unlike general purpose AIs like ChatGPT, MedPalm2 has been inside you.
All along.
MedPalm2 has been trained on questions and answers from medical licensing exams, and even a curated set of medical expert demonstrations, but hasn't been trained to romance other doctors, like in the hit documentary series Grey's Anatomy? One of the hospitals testing the chatbot is the Mayo Clinic, which you may know as the website you use as a second opinion after WebMD says you have cancer. The Mayo Clinic is actually a massive not-for-profit research hospital that invests the billions it makes in revenue into cutting-edge research, making numerous medical breakthroughs throughout its 159-year history. Donate today. And now, its renowned doctors are testing an algorithm that is reported to include more inaccurate content in its responses when compared to human doctors. I mean, a lot of patients lied about how they got that shampoo bottle up there. It's only fair their robot doctor returns the favor and tells them, "Congratulations, you're pregnant, and the shampoo bottle's the father. You're in big trouble."
You gotta suit up for child support.
Time to make some plans.
You're having a butt baby.
You're gonna have to provide for this shampoo baby, for this shampoo butt baby. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Newegg. Their FantasTech sale is back this year. Newegg's biggest sale of the Hashtag hot boy summer. Newegg is offering discounts on a ton of different gaming computers and hardware with no membership required. Right now you can save $400 on an Asus gaming laptop, or maybe it's time to finally upgrade that old 1060 to a better GPU. The Imperial, as opposed to metric, tons of power supplies, cases, and hard drives would make even Emperor Palpatine jealous. That's why we had to say Imperial, because it's instead of...
Good old Sheev.
Newegg even makes upgrading easy with their PC building tool and laptop finder. To see if there's something for you, check out Newegg at the link below. Did you know? The quick bits are so quick, we don't even always get to finish the intro because a community project has restored functionality to the old Windows Update web pages, allowing PC users who just can't move on from Windows 95 to update their OS. Now, the project devs warn that they're really doing this for the sake of preservation, and currently the website only supports up to Windows 98, but the group plans to add support for Windows ME, 2000, and XP. Just an FYI, these aren't new updates, they're the old ones Microsoft released back in the day. Also, the website is not affiliated with Microsoft, and you should use the pages at your own risk. But at least now you can relive the days you spent in the computer lab at your underfunded elementary school, installing Quake even though you're not supposed to. What are you doing over there? Gaming?
For me, it was Math Circus.
Developers Sir Mangler and TRW have made it possible to get emulators running on all Xbox Series consoles, not just the ones in developer mode. For a $2 subscription to their Patreon, you can get access to Dolphin, RetroArch, and other emulators. While the old method of paying $19 for developer mode has always worked, Sir Mangler points out that some international users don't have access to the payment options needed to pay the $19. Maybe you also want to share emulation with your kids so that they can suffer as you suffered. Adversity, in the form of being stuck on the same level for hours, builds character.
Here you go, son. Ninja Gaiden.
Get wrecked. Irdetto, the way that I'm gonna pronounce it, the company that owns digital rights management software Denuvo, is out to prove that it does not hinder game performance, a complaint that's been lobbed by everyone from Tekken 7 director Katsuhiro Harada to anonymous Redditors trying to justify why pirating is totally morally permissible. While some tests have seemed to prove Denuvo's negative performance impact, others have not. And Irdetto's COO told Ars Technica this is because the tests that he agrees with are good, and the ones he doesn't agree with are flawed. If you ask me, the only thing being proved in this debate is the existence of confirmation bias. So, NASA is sending their advanced Valkyrie robot to one of the most dangerous places in the known universe, by which we mean Australia. It was founded by criminals. Street! The robot is on loan to Woodside Energy in Perth, where it will perform remote caretaking of uncrewed and offshore energy facilities. For NASA, this is an opportunity to test Valkyrie's ability to perform routine, repetitive work in dirty, hazardous conditions and inhospitable environments, such as the moon, Mars, and yo mama. Yeah, that's right. And over the I'm so sorry. And over the weekend, a smuggler was caught entering mainland China from Macau with 420 #BlazeIt M.2 SSDs, which authorities estimated to represent a combined value of $33,000. Whew. Only a few days later, another man was caught entering China from Macau with 306 Intel CPUs, but he gets no points for originality. That was just, do your own thing. It's unclear how the first man was caught, but the second smuggler was discovered after border officials noted that he was walking funny. Shampoo bottle? Luckily, the undeclared parts were discovered wrapped around his waist and legs rather than having been stored in what is traditionally known as the prison wallet, or as we call it, the shampoo womb.
Excuse me while I make a withdrawal from my prison wallet.
And unless you're in prison, you'll be able to come back on Wednesday for more tech news, as agreed to on the terms of your bail.
And if you are in prison, make that withdrawal from your prison wallet and take out your phone.